Hey everyone, welcome back to BDG Reviews. Night one of the 12 Days of Black Christmas. This is actually the second time recording this video. The first time I was going to do, like I said, at the end of 31 Days of Horror, that I was going to do the Ghost Stories for Christmas series. But I've watched a few of them now, and though they're good, and there will be a review eventually of those series, I don't think it's really right for 12 Days of Black Christmas. You know, I want stuff a bit more Christmassy. You know, is what it is, right? So you read the title. You know full well what I'm reviewing right now. I can't hold it up. The only copy I have of this is on like a flipper DVD. It's away somewhere. I never picked up the blue. I intend to, but you know, we'll get to that. Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. I have a soft spot for this movie. It's good because it takes all the best parts from Silent Night, Deadly Night 1 and puts them into the new movie. You know, is it the best way to go about doing a sequel? Probably not. But, you know, the additions that they had in, you know, with the brother character and everything, they worked. They were suitably enough over the top to make it work and to be enjoyable. Now, this movie's not perfect. Not by a long shot. This movie is a definite cash grab. It was like, you know, the first one did pretty good. Let's make another one. Don't want to spend a lot of money. Let's just use the same footage. That's pretty much it. And that being said, though, I think of it almost as like a best of. You know, take the best scenes out of the original, throw them in this. Have a bit of fun. That's all it really is, you know. The stuff from part 1 is acted well. The part 2 stuff, not so much. But then again, that's the nature of this beast, you know. That's just kind of how it rolls. Effects-wise, the stuff from part 1 is good. Some of the stuff from part 2 is good. It is what it is. That being said, like I said, I have a soft spot for this movie. The funny thing is, I actually saw Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 first. Which is weird. I wanted to rent Silent Night, Deadly Night 1 when I was a kid. You know, it wasn't in stock. You know, their copy was out. So I'm like, you know what? Part 2, what the hell? You know, I'm used to sequels. I'll rent it, give it a shot. I watched it, thoroughly enjoyed it. About a week later or whatever, I rented part 1 because it came back in. And then I was like, oh, I get this. Essentially, everything I loved about part 2 was from part 1. But that being said, you know, nostalgia glasses, I enjoy it for what it is. For a rating, what do you give this movie? Because part 1 is like a 9 out of 10. You can't give it that, even though like 75% of the movie is part 1. So you know what? I'm going to give it 7 out of 10. It's not as bad. I'm going to say it's not as bad as you think, but it is. It's not as bad as, say, Hills Have Eyes 2. The original Hills Have Eyes 2. It doesn't feel as bad as that. But you know, I don't know. I'm getting kind of rambly in this one. I don't know what else to say about it, really. It's, if you want to watch Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 here's what it is. Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 has the seriousness from part 1 added with, like, the comedy gold of part 2. So, part 1 is a vicious, you know, mean-spirited movie. Part two's got a bit of that humor in it, and it's a nice old break, you know. That being said, this should have been included on Scream Factory's Blu-ray of Part 1. Should have been included on the 4K that they got coming out. It's not, you know, so they can make more money off it, probably. But for what it is, it should have been, like, just an extra. Let's be honest. But yeah, that's it for me. See you tomorrow.